Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 26 of the Reseller Chinwag. With me, with Zahira, and this is Rebecca.
You're trying to go all professional.
I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I don't know. I thought I'd just put that in there. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. As you can tell, today we don't have a set topic. So.
Ooh, 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row, we've not had a set topic, unfortunately. But
we got bits and pieces to talk
we've got
about.
bits and pieces that we can talk about. Yeah. Like I wanted to talk about a couple of things, like whether it's worth getting insurance on high value items, selling high value versus low value, loads of different
ones.
Well, loads of little mini things. And obviously, if you guys have got any comments and questions, then that will be much appreciated as well. So before we get into it, I can see that a few people have actually popped into the chat to say hello, which is lovely. Let's have a look. We have currently got 18 people watching, which is lovely. Thank you very much for popping in, guys. We have got Amanda in the chat. Hi, Amanda. Anne Isaac's here. Bob Smith.
Hello.
Richard Hale.
Yes.
Pete Smith. Sib K has received a notification. Paul M. and Hicksy's popped in. All right, Steve.
Hello.
And Nick has popped in as well. What's up, Northern Tat Monkeys? Yes. Anne Hamilton, Koss, Super Trolley Dolly, Tactical Bite, John Morris, Thrifting Life, Enhoj, Malinky, Watcher Selling, and Kellenders. So we've got actually popped up to 40 people now, which is absolutely fantastic. Really appreciate everyone popping in.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't have a topic planned as such.
Not as such.
Yeah, we don't have a topic planned, but we're going to just do our normal weekly update. Talk to you guys about how things have been going. Chick Umar Sanogo says hi as well. Paul Foster, Kath Palmer, Steve. Hello, Steve. How are you? Bert says just tuned in. Got to go out. Pair of hands needed. Picking up for charity auction tomorrow. Don't forget Bond School, 12 noon. Viewing at 10.
Yes, we know about that.
Brilliant. Thank you for that.
We'll probably see you there.
Picking up for a charity auction. Okay, that's fantastic. Well, good luck with that. We'll probably pop in then if it's.
Yeah.
I did. Bond School.
It's only down the road.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
We're so rubbish at knowing where anything is.
Okay. I'm still getting used to it.
It's quite literally just down the road.
It's down the road, okay.
Yeah.
Right, well, apparently there's a charity auction down the road.
It is.
Hicksy,
yeah.
I don't know if you know about this, but that's cool.
You're the one that told me about it the other day.
Did I?
Yeah.
I can't
You
even
come
remember.
home and you were like, oh yeah, there's this...
Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Don't know.
I give up.
Alright.
I'm going to give up right about now.
Okay. Mark Davies says hi. George Ross says, I can't even remember. Been so busy this week. It's been amazing.
Yes.
Cats Rant says hello as well. Treasure Pirate, Finn Fashion, Phoebe's in here as well.
Yes.
Les says hi as well. David Moores, George Ross, Wes says hi. David McGregor says hi. Anne Hamilton says happy birthday, George. It's my birthday too. So happy birthday to George.
Oh, happy birthday.
And for Anne, how are you doing? Forgot mate. It's on tomorrow, pal. Says Hicksy. See, I didn't realise I was talking about the same thing. And all these names for schools and things confuse me. Okay, easily confused. Anyway.
Names for school confuse you.
Well, they're so...
Seriously, they're not going to say call the school the same name, are they?
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, guys. David Moore says, Hazy, the indie band The Charlatans' new album is coming out on limited edition cassette in May.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I'm going to pre-order a few copies and bundle them with some semi-decent Walkmans. David Morse, that's actually a fantastic idea.
And my older sister was a massive fan of the Charlatans when she was younger, and
Yeah.
she still follows them now.
Well, I mean, but to get a limited edition cassette, I think that is quite... I think a lot of bands are now doing things like that, aren't they? With limited edition LPs coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool they're bringing out a cassette as well. It would be awesome if they did a mini disc or something as well. But that's really fantastic, and that's quite a clever idea there, David. Appreciate sharing that with us, because that's something that will definitely help shift things. And with Walkmans, I mean, they can be incredible. I mean, a little kind of sidetrack here. We sold a faulty Walkman this week within a few hours of it being listed, or like within 24 hours of it being listed, and we sold this faulty Walkman for £50. Because it was an in-demand model. We could have probably gotten a bit more if we'd held out. And sometimes people buy these just for certain pieces. So we had like a specific adapter.
Yeah, we had. I think that.
The adapter
is what sold it, because
one sold for 20 quid, didn't it?
The thing powered on, it just wouldn't play any cassettes, so it's useless.
So
unless they know how to repair it.
Yeah, I mean, it should be an easy fix if you know how. But yeah, I mean, a Walkman like that will definitely, demand a certain value, which I think is, even when it's faulty, because there are a lot of people out there that do know how to fix these things. So it's always worth bearing that in mind. And like I said, that it came with a piece where it came with like an inline remote control and a pair of headphones which were attached. But in case you wanted to use your own headphones, it came with a little adapter. It's like a small, tiny piece that plugs into the headphone socket. And we saw one of those sell on its own for 20 quid. So we weren't particularly surprised that it went for such good money, even though it was faulty. So yeah, I mean, if you guys do pick up Walkmans, do not be disheartened if they turn out. But that's obviously not going to apply to some bulky, plasticky thing. Unless they're very rare, bulky, plasticky things made in the 80s. But we're talking about like the slim metal body type Walkmans that Sony released a lot of.
And they're so cool. Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, that's a really great thing. David Moore says, I'm so hoping, like I'm sure everyone else is, that sales kick in due to payday weekend. Aaron says, evening all. Nick says, love the Charlatans, saw them in 92, but don't remember anything about the gig. That is pretty standard with gigs, isn't it? The Cave Girl Reseller says, hey, I hope you have a great weekend. You too. David McGregor says, I'm picking up audiobook cassettes that haven't been digitized yet and bundling them with cheap portable cassette players and charging a premium. See, that is initiative right there. If you were looking for the dictionary definition of initiative, you can just see David McGregor and his audiobook bundles with old cassettes, because that's initiative. That's choosing a market. People want to hear those. They can't get them on CD or they can't download them. And yeah, that's a really good idea, David. Really appreciate sharing that as well. Last time I saw Tim Burgess from the Charlatans was at the Viper Room in LA, says David Morse. That's pretty fancy. A Charlatans vinyl fetch more than most 90s indie bands. £25 plus, says Paul Mosley. So yeah, a lot of amazing information being shared in the chat here, which is always fantastic. That is Drugs at Work, says Sib K. I'm assuming that's the name of the album. That is right. Or maybe he's talking about, actually he's probably talking about Nick not being able to remember anything, because I don't know any Charlatan album titles, to be honest.
I don't. I mean, I was forced to listen to it as a teenager. Maybe they will do Glastonbury, says Paul Mosley. Daniel Warren says hi all as well. Yeah, so we've got 76 people in the chat, which is fantastic. Really appreciate it. As usual, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about like how sales have been, etc. We've done really well in sales wise. I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush because we share with you guys when sales are tragic. But this week, we've been smashing it, doing better than we've ever done. And we're really happy about it. And I almost feel, actually, we will kind of brag a bit about it because we do share with you guys when we have atrocious weeks and we're sat here glum. And as you guys may have noticed, last weekend we were pretty happy. This weekend we're equally as happy. So that gives you an idea. We're doing pretty well. I think we're just hovering around the 2k turnover mark on eBay, which is just... I don't say that lightly, guys. No, it's a first for us. It's a first for us. We are really happy with that. I'm not going to try to play it out as if it's just 2k this 7 days. It's a big deal for us. It's really a big deal. So we do really feel amazing. We feel we just feel like we've come across a good opportunity, picked up some good stock, and we're selling it at good prices, and so we're really enjoying it. We're making hay while the sun shines, like I said in last week's chat.
I mean, we're keeping ourselves really, really busy with like
just work,
just listing.
We just want to ride the wave, don't we?
Yeah.
When you're doing well.
It's really silly, but we've been so motivated these past 2 weeks because of the stock we have managed to get. It's fantastic. Yeah. And we're just really enjoying listing it.
You guys would have seen on Instagram.
I'm not enjoying listing it so much, but I'm having to do drafts and then get you to go over and check them for me.
It's just nice because, like you guys said, it's about building on that momentum. You build a nice momentum and you want it to continue. So we've been immersing ourselves. And normally we put out a lot more stuff on YouTube. We comment more on Instagram and on the Facebook groups, and we kind of have let it slip, and I feel bad about that because you guys are amazing, and I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, now we're doing well. Screw you guys,
because we do enjoy these chats, and we enjoy.
Yeah, this means
making videos and stuff, but we just
enjoy making videos. YouTube.
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 Why did you have to take it there, man?
I didn't. I'm just not.
Seriously.
What did you mean? I don't know what you're thinking.
As in, like, YouTube.
No, you're just. I don't know. That's what I mean. YouTube.
Good.
What did you think I meant? What did you think I meant?
It's just
that's more with you then, really. Not. See, that's just to expose you, not me.
No, it wasn't. It was the way you looked at me and smiled and smirked.
Well, you take from that what you will. That's
okay, I'm not going to argue about this, but the way you said that, watch it back, right? The way you said that, it came away.
Well, I don't know what you got from it, but okay,
that's how I took it. Okay, but no, we enjoy making YouTube videos.
Yeah, we do. We do, and but at the same time we've been very focused on this stuff. You guys may have seen some of the nice, some of the stuff we've been selling. Some nice high ticket sales have been coming in, which is nice, and it really does. It's put focus back on. I think recently I sold a bit of hi-fi, and Neil Borden said, can
you just get rid of that message?
Yeah. Which one? I can't see it. Which one? That one? No, that's just.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I'll forgive that one then.
Yeah, God, I don't know what your problem is. It's your suitcase. Okay. Like Dave, Neil Borden actually. It's your suitcase. Neil Borden actually mentioned, I put up a sign. He said that this is the kind of thing that you're good at, and it made me just remember. Actually, this is the kind of thing I'm good at. I know about, and
it was Neil Borden.
Yeah.
And
it just made me focus a bit more.
It made us relook at what we were doing.
And then, like everyone needs a bit of luck, we've come across some really nice kit, and we're making the most of it. It's as simple as that. I'm just go through a few of the comments. George Ross says, "Smash the like button, guys." So would appreciate that. Amanda says, "Not sure how much I'm going to be participating, but I'm here listening." Amanda, that's still fantastic. Always appreciate the support. What you're saying says, "When slow months come, you have to get creative. Some of my best sales have come during the slow months." That's so true, and I think.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to get away from the fact that it has been really. It has been really terrible. Slow for us. Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to happen again at some point.
Yeah, but it's about being ready, and it's about being creative, showing initiative, like David McGregor with his audiobook bundle. I think that's fantastic. I really do think that's brilliant. Kathy B has joined us as well. Hi, Kathy. Amanda said, has slack day due to a sore back, but want to get lots of listing done tonight to make use of unused March shop listings. Yeah, that's a great idea. If you've got photos already there, then that is fantastic.
But you have to take it easy sometimes, especially with back.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that stuff. Some lovely comments. Barry Francis about smashing the like button. Orchard Girl says great news. Thank you. Jason Entwistle still saying well done. Really appreciate it, Jason. Norcross will be back.
It's tomorrow, isn't it?
Norcross is meant to be back tomorrow, and this is Northwest boot sale news. Treasure Pirate says, well done, Zian Bex, thank you, really appreciate it. Yes. And Sib says, well done, sending more good vibes, really appreciate it. So many positive comments. Chelsea, Heather, really appreciate it, guys. Darren has joined us, thank you, Darren. You don't have to be sorry about being late. We just appreciate you watching in any capacity.
Late, plenty of times,
exactly.
So.
Lovely comments from Anne Isaac, Graham Nichols, Daniel Warren. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Watch Your Selling says, so happy you guys are doing great. It's a roller coaster ride. It most certainly is, and I still have my A Day in the Life as an Entrepreneur sticker stuck up there, the little graph, which I said I would leave a link for, but I forgot, so I'm going to try to do it this week.
We are so bad at remembering
we can
stuff
be.
At the moment, so
we can be.
Apologise.
Anne Isaac says, have you found a new source or just better stuff from your usual sources? It's better stuff, really. It's something that's interesting to talk about. When we all talk about sourcing, we talk about what we have to do, we go to the same places, etc. And it's easy to get into a routine, isn't it? And some of it is you just have to look. If you look for things, you find them. It's like it's that thing. If you've ever been to any sales training, the guy will at some point probably turn around and say, I want you to look for the color red. And suddenly you'll start seeing things that are red around you. Even things that aren't red, you'll start seeing them as red because you want to see red really badly. For whatever reason, you'll start noticing red more. I've just said look for the colour red, and I've suddenly noticed the bar on there on the OBS software on the
that's
YouTube
what made
bit.
You say it.
Yeah, and then all the little icons that are red on the notification. You just look for it and you'll find it. I think some of that is true with what's happened. Definitely. I think we've taken our eye off the ball a bit with it, like his face, says Darren, red.
But you know what, actually I do think it's the camera, because you look really red there, but when I'm looking at you don't actually
it's the camera, guys. It's the camera. I forgot to put on my makeup, clearly. There's no domestic, guys.
No. We'll save that for
everyone's commenting how red we're getting. Laura says, hello, first time I've managed to watch live, new to reselling, but yours and Nick's videos have really helped me. Really appreciate that comment, Laura. Really nice. Thank you for popping in. Aaron says, do you advertise your items on Pinterest? No.
Ages and ages ago I kind of started looking into it, but I never kept up with it.
Wes says, I had to stop all selling activity over the last 3 weeks due to 2 major operations. Can't wait to get going again. Listening to you guys is great to hear. I really appreciate that, Wes. And speedy recovery. It's never nice to have to go into, God forbid, it's just a horrible thing to have to go through. So hopefully you recover ASAP, really.
Yes, exactly.
Well, you got a bit of a... is all that...
It's because I've just eaten, I'm sorry.
Okay. A lot of people saying happy birthday, hi wife. Oh, Andrea's popped in as well. Then
Andrea.
Just saw Nick say, hey wifey, I must have missed Andrea's post. I was trying to keep up. It's difficult, guys. Mia Cameron Ali says, I've crossed 15,000 feedback. That's phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
Anne says, I definitely notice more views when I put eBay sales on Pinterest. Well, what we have been doing now and then is if we get a nice sale that we fancy sharing, we stick it on Instagram. I don't know if that would get. Is it because you can't link?
Yeah, see, with Pinterest you can actually link your...
right, I get it now. Okay.
Onto your board kind of thing. So it is actually really nice.
Oh look, Pyroline says red on the Fila logo as well. Malinky says, of course, it's the camera. Wes says, lost 3 stone. Well, happy. Wow, I mean, there's better ways of losing weight than going through 2 major operations, Wes. That's pretty epic amount of weight loss. But I mean, if you're happy about it, that's also good. Hustled 24/7 avoid notifiers says, hey guys, great to see everyone. We've actually hit 100 watches. Falling on a Bruise has just popped in as well. Woke up having a banging headache. Oh gosh, hopefully that will clear up for you. during the evening. Another thing that has come up since going back to selling more hi-fi and stuff, we've been talking a lot about insurance. Lisa Smith, hi Lisa, how are you doing?
Lisa.
Wanted to talk a bit about insurance and what people's opinions are on courier insurance. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is it often does come up as a topic.
So, hi Ads.
Ads has popped in as well. Hi Ads, how are you? I missed Ads' live stream earlier.
Did you?
Apparently had
I was at work anyway.
Oh, but apparently had his gran on as well.
Really?
Yes, I missed it. But yeah, I'm going to have to catch up on that later. But yeah, nice to see Ads in the chat. Z, are you clean shaven? Got a hot date? Oh, where's my hot date? Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to talk about the whole point of insurance, because we've been sending like a few higher value items, and you do. Well, I don't really get nervous about it. I just send them because what's going to happen is going to happen. But it does come up as a topic, and a lot of time people ask, what's the best courier to use this? What's the best courier to send this equipment or that equipment? And I took some time earlier and I looked through. We use Parcel to Go a lot. We looked through their page for.
Well, you looked through it because I turned around and said, my opinion on insurance is it's really not worth it because.
Well, I wanted to make sure it wasn't worth it
because I think that most companies would try and get out of paying out of anything, and when you go through their terms and conditions,
it very much depends on what you sell, but especially the kind of stuff we sell. So, for example, I went to Parcel to Go. Now, irrespective of which carrier you choose on Parcel to Go, whether that's Royal Mail, whether that's like Parcel Force, UPS, Hermes, whoever you use, they've got a list of items on their website. Which the easiest way to find it is if you Google it. You can't do it as it was a soon to be infamous live and delete video of mine says Ads. Oh no. Okay. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about what's going to happen with the pricing. I went on the Parcel to Go website and I clicked onto their page where they have all their insurance rules, because every time you're buying a parcel from Parcel to Go, every opportunity they're going to say, do you want to protect your parcel? Do you want to protect your parcel? It comes up, are you sure you want to protect your parcel? It's valued at X £100 or whatever. It'll only cost you £20 or whatever to cover it. But when you read the small print, it says, even if you buy insurance, if your item is one of these items, you're screwed anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So for example, turntables is one of those items. You might pay £20 to insure the item, and for damage or whatever, like anything like that, and you'll find that it doesn't cover you because it's one of the items on the list, and the list is exhaustive.
And another one of the items is delicate items.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very exhaustive list, of things that they will not cover you for, even if you pay.
Well, what would you class as a delicate item?
Yeah, and one of the items is, delicate items. So really, you've got no hope in. I don't know. I'm sure it pays off because I know that a lot of people have claimed successfully on certain things, but certainly on looking at some of the items I'm shipping, I don't think I've got a lot of protection when it comes to shipping those items. And even where they specifically say, we allow amplifiers as an exception, even that's limited. So damage up to £200, loss obviously a lot more, which is better, but it's messed up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the chat. I had an epiphany on Monday, says Lisa. Decided to sort out my sewing studio as I have a lot of stuff. Oh my god, ever start something and wonder what in God's name made me start? Yes, it happens.
I do that quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. Graham Nichols says, anyone noticed their local Bernardo's increasing prices lately? My local store has doubled. some prices for items I remember from previous visits. We don't have a Bernardo's near us. We do have a clothes place, don't we? Like in Preston, it's like a.
Actually, the one I was thinking about is the one in St Anne's.
Oh yeah.
Because they've actually moved to a different location.
Yeah. Well, they've got like a new store, haven't they? It's all swanky.
And we went in there, and the prices are actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen, isn't it? I mean,
a bit up there.
They do price high sometimes, but at the same time.
But I can understand because they lost a lot of their items because there was a fire where they were previously. So I do understand why they actually put up.
But not just that. I think like just as you're going to find things overpriced, you're still going to find things underpriced. Just today I saw I had someone share with me, like saw someone sharing what they picked up from the charity shop, and it was normally what was considered to be an expensive charity shop, and they had some cool things underpriced. Let's have a look. Carla says hi as well. Hi Carla. What happened in Ads Hangout stays in Ads Hangout, says Darren. Ads Grand Monies are on YouTube channel. David McGregor says, I never send anything insured, always decline it. For the one parcel in every 100 that something happens, I'll take the hit. Exactly. I mean, David, what I will say is you will question that sometimes, because when you're sending like a £400, we've had like a £400 amp go out, but I know as long as I've packed it well enough, the chances of them losing it are pretty slim. And if they do, then but even if they did, in the scheme of all the parcels we've sent, in the scheme of everything, it's still I agree with
we haven't had that many go missing.
We've not had barely anything. I don't want to tempt fate, but it's an interesting topic because they do, it does make you think, I'll take insurance on it. But the list, of items that they will not cover is huge. Ads says I'll decline it now too. Amanda says mine has decreased a lot, Graham. They said they had to, as all the other shops, same street, are bargain charity shops. Also, have a Bernardo's donation centre, which has great bargains. Yeah, we've got a Bernardo's donation centre, don't we? Which was quite good. It was not near us, but it's
Well, it's a little bit of a drive, but it's not massively.
Exactly, yeah. So some go up, some go down. Ads says he used to do insurance, he doesn't now. Treasure Pirate says we have a hospice of hope here, and by G's they've hiked their prices too. Lisa says every charity shop near me is expensive. Sib says, I know you won't have a bad word said against them, Z, but when it comes to my Hermes, it's harder to come up with something you can than can't send. Sib, I'm not here to defend Hermes, but we found, like I said, by Parcel to Go is just like a hub, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this applied to Hermes, it applies to UPS, it applies to parcels, whoever we chose. Because you'd be buying the insurance from Parcel to Go, they've got their list, so it applies to everyone that you so it doesn't matter which carrier you choose. If you buy the insurance from Parcel to Go have said, if your item is something we reckon is on this list, whether you've paid the extra 20 quid or not, you're on your own. But I agree with you, it's easier to find something that you can't that you can send than can't. Totally agree. Tricia agrees with Graham. I mentioned the increase in mine somewhere earlier. It's a bit worrying. Richard Hell says cats protection is very expensive in my area. Basically, if they can break, they will not cover it, says the Treasure Pirate. Pretty much, yes, that's what it sounds like. I mean, you can't send anything. I mean, some of the items on the list are just like antique. So basically, if you're an antique dealer, don't ship anything without being willing to take the hit. It's crazy. So paying for that is not cool.
Absolutely.
We have now got 112 people in the chat, so thank you everybody. I'm hoping you're enjoying what we're talking about. It's random, pretty much.
It is a bit random.
Bit random, yeah. But smash the like button.
It'll probably move on to something else in a minute.
Just going through the chat as well. Lisa says, I don't resell now, so I'm not affected by the prices, but even to buy something for myself, I refuse to pay charity shop prices.
You know what, that's where I will actually differ, because some charity shop prices, I mean, I picked up a pair of jeans for myself for £1.50.
Well, it depends what they're charging for.
I will, when it comes to buying for myself, I do tend to pick out.
If the price is right, though, but what if they hiked it up? What if they're asking a tenner for a pair of jeans?
If the price is right, absolutely.
Exactly.
It's got to be within reason, because I have seen, like, Primark stuff in charity shops for like a £5, and then I'm like,
that's not really worth it, is it? When brand new it would have been. Malinky says a row in local charity shop. Member of staff telling managers that item was a crazy price, cheaper at IKEA. Wow, yeah. I mean, I think that it's one of those situations where you have to let them get on with it, don't you? You just have to let them get on with it, because sometimes they seem to go through phases, don't they? As to whether something is going to be, as to whether they're hiking prices, or then they realise they've got a backlog of stuff, and then they slash prices, and then they put stuff out on their pound rails. Just the way it is. Mark Davies asked, "Hi Beck, how's your store going?"
It's doing okay, considering I haven't been working on it. I've been working on the main store at the moment.
Yeah.
So
it's actually quite funny that
I've actually been getting more sales now. I mean, all I'm doing is sell similar when my items are ending. I haven't been putting any new listings.
It's been a good couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Probably about probably about 2 weeks. So I've kind of neglected it a little bit, but luckily, it's really strange because I've noticed that my sales are actually becoming like. There's fewer days between sales now.
Yeah.
So like before I had to wait, a good 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
They seem to be happening quite regularly now. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going okay. Considering I haven't done much work on it.
Yeah.
I will stress that.
The Cave Girl Reseller says, I got some Steve Madden heels, really rare and also hideous. I know that name because of the Wolf of Wall Street.
I was going to say, I recognise that.
That was the IPO that they based the story around, wasn't it? But sell really well. The heels were so badly worn, I taught myself how to re-heel. It's surprisingly easy. Does anyone else do this? That's actually a really good point. Yeah.
Don't do it, but I have heard it's really easy to do.
But it's a good point in general in terms of the idea of it, isn't it? Because how many times have you guys picked something up and then you recognise like a running fault that you find often in second-hand items, and then you figured ways out on how to come around it. I think like one thing that sticks to my head is because I deal with a lot of like battery operated CD players, Walkmans. Often you'll find them where the batteries have been left in and they've gunked up the battery compartment. Now at first I used to think, well, that would mean there's no way of getting it to work, but very quickly after a bit of quick YouTube research you realise that you can deal with it. So you learn how to deal with it, making up little bicarb solutions to clean out the gunk, to get rid of the acid leakage, and bringing back items that would have been considered gone. So I think that's actually quite an important attitude to have, isn't it? Like a good tool, isn't it? Right?
It is.
That's what I think. Anyway, let's have a look. What other questions? Oh, Tex Margaret has joined us as well. Hi Margaret, how are you? A lot of people saying hi to Margaret. Parcels Go have dropped their My Hermes price today. I think about 30 maybe. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by about 30 maybe, but yeah, they have dropped their price, I think. Yeah, I did see the price was a bit lower.
Was it?
Yeah, I did, yeah. He says it's all about the kebab. I'm not sure what you mean, but okay.
Are you having a kebab, Pixie?
I don't know. Super Trolley Dolly says, I don't do insurance as most of them will only pay out what you paid anyway. Yeah, that's a good point. Graham Nichols says, like button totally smashed, really appreciate it. Do any of the charity shop offer frequent shopper discounts as what you're selling? Not as far as really. No. I'm aware that in the States they do that, don't they? Where you can pick up I don't know what you can pick up like loyalty points or something, can't you? Yeah, they don't have that over here, which is a bit of a shame. But it's definitely something that would be quite cool. Maybe, I don't know. Do you think it's important to have that? No.
I'm not so sure.
No.
It's a nice thing.
It's a nice idea. I mean, if you go every day,
but
spend every day,
I'm sure some will notice that. If you go in there every day and you spend every day,
you'll get some kind of a discount anyway.
I'm sure some will be like,
I think
he buys regularly.
I think the difference is over in the States, the stores are so big that they're going to have a lot more stock rotation, a lot more items, so you're more likely to be able to buy every day. Whereas around, certainly where we are, sometimes you can go into a store a couple of days in a row and they'll have whatever they had the past couple of days. So you're not going to, you're not going to be spending, so it doesn't kind of make as much sense. Let's have a look. Moral here is not to rely on charity shop anymore for stock. See them as a top up only. Says Darren Smart. I mean, I think that is a moral. I mean, we certainly don't rely on them because we found that especially where we live, it's worth going down our local high street because it's fine, but driving to go to one, you've got to look at petrol costs, you've got to look at time costs.
Yeah, I mean, if we're in like the area and we've got some time, then we will, check out local charity shops. But otherwise, generally, it's
if you're in the area, it's different. But but we came to this conclusion when we tried it a few times, where we cleared our day. We made sure we had lots of time to go to these shops. And when you factor in the petrol cost, the time, and what sometimes you can come away with, which can be very little, sometimes it can be a lot, but it was too inconsistent. It's as a source of stock. It's inconsistent, isn't it? It's not like an auction where they're going to have something that you like pretty much every week. It's not like a boot sale where pretty much you're going to find something.
That's true.
All in one place, agree.
I agree with that.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look what other comments we've got. Wow, we've got quite a few people watching actually. Wow, up to 124 people watching. This is crazy. So I really appreciate everyone popping in. Gosh, I'm getting that thing now.
I know. It's because of just eating. It's really horrible actually.
It is, yeah. Let's have some more comments. Sib K says, I had an interesting visit to my charity shop. I saw they had a Jumanji board game in the office and they said I could reserve it. I got a phone call a few days later and I went in to find the price. The lady had priced it at £50. The game goes for less than that on eBay. She also overpriced other items, selling them for £20 plus. Do you think she was expecting folks to buy it, or she's just trying to price me out? Sib, I honestly, I don't think that it's like that they tried to price you out. I honestly feel sometimes people's research is not great. It's simple as that. I think sometimes people will just go onto eBay, type in the item, and the first item they see for sale at a ridiculous price, or they'll quickly scroll down and see who's asking the highest money, and they'll assume, well, you can get that much. And I don't think charity shops are that much different. I know that some of them profess to now have eBay teams and whatnot, but if they did that, then why do they sell so many of their goods off at auction? For example, the amount of Polaroid cameras and things like that I see selling on eBay auction by charity shops like British Art Foundation, they stick them on at auction. If they really which shows they're just more about moving the stock at a good market price rather than getting top money for it, because otherwise they could just buy it now, couldn't they? You got nothing to add to that?
Well, they're trying to make money for their charity, aren't they? So
it's an ongoing thing.
There's two ways you can look at it.
You
have to. You kind of. I know it can be frustrating when you're trying to find stock, but they also have to try and make money for the charity. But then it's like how quick they can shift it as well. So
exactly.
They price it lower, then it's going to sell.
Exactly. Let's have a look. What else have we got in the chat? Only clothing I'll buy new now are knickers and carpets on the way. It sounds like something happened, says okay. I mean, I think that's the same with a lot of people now, isn't it? Goodwill here in the States is doing the same thing, much higher prices, says Heather. I mean, the thing is, I've heard in the States a lot of resellers talk about the whole charity shop debate. It's no different to what people talk about here. I think it's very easy to get disheartened. Say if you're out there and you're trudging through the shops one after the other, it's taking you time. You're going through them all, and then you finally find something that has value.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you find that it's OP.
And you just go.
There's never it's OP. There's never much love when you go OP. There just isn't it? If it is completely the way, and then it's easy to get disheartened. But just like there are things like that, you still have to accept that there are lots of things that they miss, and that's why people still find some pretty good deals. I mean, I'm pretty sure today I saw in the UK reselling group someone had found a Tivoli. I think it was Mr. Malcolm Lovejoy or something. I don't know the username. I can't remember. But a Tivoli radio for $3.99. Now it would not have taken that charity shop seconds to type in Tivoli radio and instantly see prices, because Tivoli is renowned as a very good quality manufacturer of radio. I remember we used to sell them at Harrods. They came in these amazing like walnut, cherry and white gloss, black gloss finishes, and they were good quality radios. And then you found one in the charity shop for $3.99. You know, it was incredible. So I'm kind of like, it shows you that whilst they might have overpriced other things like that is there.
That's the thing. That's why you always go back and look, because on some stuff they're going to be overpriced, other stuff,
Exactly. Texas Margaret's talking about the battery operated comment. Yep. Leakage. Yeah. Okay. Let's scroll past that. Okay. A text says I'll be on with a haul in a bit. Oh, brilliant! I'll be watching that as well.
Yeah.
Just okay. Oh wow, we're behind the chat a bit. I think we're just trying to catch up. Nick says charity shopping is a massive time drain. It's fun, but not always efficient use of time. In a nutshell, completely right. As said by Nick there, it is. It can be a lot of fun going through because you're out there just shopping.
I mean, we go to our local ones regularly.
Well, that's why we tend to go to the ones by the sea, because at the weekend we like to go to the seaside.
Yep.
We like to go.
And we take the girls out.
And take the girls out, and so we don't mind. So it's like a day out, but it's not efficient. Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look. Best thrift shops in Greenwich, says what you're selling. I'm not sure. The Cave Girl Reseller says the charity shops in Newcastle are actually really good, but it definitely varies. Oxfam is more expensive. Oxfam tend to be more expensive everywhere across the board, I think. Garage sale season is starting here in Oregon. Good finds this morning, says Heather. Fantastic. Boot sale season is kicking off here as well.
It's starting to get there.
It's starting to slowly get there, and we'll be looking forward to that as well. George Russ says we need more garage yard sales over here in the UK. Definitely, that would be amazing.
I will.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to keep up. I'm so behind, aren't I?
We are really behind. Really sorry. We thought we were doing okay. So.
And then you realise you're like miles behind. And Heather says we wish we had car boots here. See, grass always seems greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Like when you speak to people in the US, you realise that garage sales and yard sales are hard work, because they might have a neighbourhood wide one, but you're still driving from yard to yard to yard to front. From basically someone's front garden to another front garden to another front garden.
We're kind of quite
we're lucky that everyone comes to a field. So really, I would say a car boot is the pinnacle of all that kind of shopping.
Just got to know where your good ones are. That's it.
Exactly. You need to find a good car boot, and then you are there.
Yeah. I mean, when we were down south, we'd try and fit in 3 on a Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. We had like a little system going.
I mean, sometimes we didn't manage to get to do all 3.
Yeah.
Because tiredness used to kick in. But yeah, definitely.
There's a garage sale near me. Don't know if it's worth going to. Says Scooby Doo. Thrifting Life says listed versus sold shows a totally different story. Yep, definitely. Wow, that's great. Let's see if we can match the watching number to the likes. That's very nice of you to say what you're selling. Heather says there's a great app, Yard Sale Treasure Find. I think it pulls from Craigslist. Rudy Branch says, George, we're lucky to have car boots. All them stores in one place. Way better than driving around to yard sales, says Rudy. Yeah, that's just what we were talking about. Fantastic.
See, we were that far behind.
Yes.
We made the point. Someone had already commented.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Yeah. Where are we?
Okay. Indie Chick says, yes, there are always things that slip through the net at charity shops. Yeah, I got a Hot Wheels track for £1 and we'll list for 75.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a great pickup, Indie Chick.
That is superb. Malinky says picked up a Roberts radio for £10. Yeah, see, that's the thing. For every bad example, you know, we've all seen those fun threads where people post up where they've what was it? Joe Penny's put up like Harry Potter first editions or something, but they weren't even first prints. They were just first editions of books that are worth like nothing, and they were charging like £100 or £200. Yeah, I mean, you know, for every one of those, Paradigm says sadly most charities.
That was quite recently, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Yeah, Paradigm says sadly most charities are similar. Lots of well-paid managers, marketing people, etc. Yeah, that's true, Paradigm.
Yes.
But you just adapt to you just have to adapt to the situation.
Favourite car boot sale in Southeast.
Yeah. Who else that? Favourite car boot in the Southeast is what you said. Oh, we used to love.
Was that in reference to Greenwich or?
I don't know, but we used to love going to Peace Pottage.
Our favourite was Peace Pottage.
Yeah. Oh, Freckle says Guildford is epic.
We never went.
Yeah.
We never went to a Guildford one, did we? That was a little bit of a drive though, Guildford from us.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Sib K's question. What's the question Sib K's got? I don't know.
Hang on.
Oh, what is that? Is this the Facebook group UK Reselling? Yes, UK Reselling. Yeah, UK Reselling is the name of the Facebook group.
Sorry.
Yeah.
we talk like everyone knows.
Yeah.
That's the UK Reselling group. Yeah.
Yeah, people sharing some of the pickups. Paul Mosey says they got a pair of downhill skis for £2 that sold for £98. Yeah, that's a nice flip, definitely. I like Redbourne in Heart, says Chelsea. Well, that's the thing. Once you've been in an area, you pick up your favourites, don't you? We're waiting for Billsborough, aren't we? That's our local. That's our local one. But you know, there's the Windike and Norcross that I've met Jason and we're still at, so that's pretty cool.
We're still kind of yet to find like our favourite.
No, I'd say Billsborough's got to be a favourite. Surely in the summer it's lovely.
Yeah, in the summer Billsborough is lovely.
Yeah, when we
but
first
you're just saying
in the
that
holiday,
it's closest.
yeah, and because it's closest, yeah.
You're like, yeah, I like that one.
Treasure Pirate says nice sale, Paul. Postage and packing must have been fun. I mean that's an interesting one. I mean, packaging like really awkward shaped items.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but if you've made enough profit out of it, and again, it's being prepared about it, isn't it? I mean, I'm looking to sell some speakers now. I've actually picked up a few speakers.
But now we're already starting to think
how I need to be prepared. So if they sell,
pack those, because if they sell at the moment, it's kind of like
it's going to be a rush because I'm going to be like, oh my god, I've sold these speakers.
And now where am I going to get a box?
Yeah, so I need to.
So we're going to try and be prepared with that.
Yeah.
Be more organised.
What you're saying says yes, Greenwich is the area I will be focusing on this trip to the UK. Wondering favourite charity shops. What you're selling, you won't have much trouble finding charity shops around there because Greenwich is obviously quite a busy little area.
And it's a really nice area.
Yeah, I don't know any shops personally there. No, but there are plenty of I think Joe Penny's is from around that neck of the woods, so you'll have some competition. But they do pick up some. He does pick up some amazing things.
He does.
Let's have a look. What else have we got here? The Treasure Pirate says got a nice DVD video recorder from FreeCycle. That's can't get better than free. That's fantastic. No. A chap left it outside for me to collect in a bin liner. Handed the instruction manual, remote, and all the cables.
Dear.
That is a great little pickup there. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be selling a van load at Burska this Sunday, so come and grab your tat. It says Steve there peddling his wares in the chat. I don't believe we came to any agreement for that, Steve. We're going to have to work out advertising for so all different ways of hustling. Absolutely love it. Richard Howe says my best car boot is closing in May. The ground has been sold for building. Get loads of house clearance guys selling there. Oh, Richard Howe, that is gutting. That means you're going to have to be on the lookout again. When things change, it really does. It can take you a while to
to find something, to get back in the groove, to get your stability back.
Well, it was kind of how we felt with the move, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just like everything was new to us, and it was just so like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like starting over, finding the places to go, and source and stuff. So yeah.
Paul Mosley says, "Oh my god, the worst thing I've ever packed. Only TNT would take them. 2.5 meters long. I packed them in 2 cardboard carpet rolls taped together." Wow, that sounds. That is amazing. Yeah. Oh, that is amazing. That's that. See, that's the thing.
You have to get quite creative sometimes.
You do, but again, if you're used to it, it's not a big deal. Like for example, if you speak to someone like Martin Holgate, he's used to shipping huge items, and he's got systems in place. Like he's probably got stacks of bike boxes and things.
When you bought that is it the snowboard last year?
Snowboard, that was it.
I was like, how
my gosh,
you going to ship that? And you don't know yet.
Yeah. I think that's the attitude. When you've got something, you know what? If there's some profit to be made, you just have to go for it. Because I got that. This is a little story. Picked up a snowboard last year at auction for way cheaper than I should have. Simply because most people were probably sitting there thinking, "How am I going to ship that?" And I didn't think that far ahead.
Not until you actually had to do it.
It was a bit of a nightmare, but it worked. It got shipped. The guy was over the moon with it. Yeah. So, it worked.
And it did get to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's what I would say. Treasure Pirate says, but thanks to you, Z, because I never would have done it otherwise. You're helping me, lol, says Hixie. Brilliant. George Ross says, I got a call from a couple that saw my business Facebook page, and I've ended up getting a £200 chest of drawers, vintage kitchen skulls, vintage side lamps worth £40 each, and other bits for free. See, that is
great.
That is amazing. I offered to give them something for it all, but they didn't let me. See, that is amazing. That's George putting himself out there through his Facebook page and getting someone to reach out to you. That's like the dream, isn't it?
Yeah.
To have someone come to you and say, hey there.
You have to be creative resourcing.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Yeah, that is amazing. I was leaning towards Pete's car boot. No, it's a definite. So what to say. George Rush says they lived in a huge 16th century farmhouse with horses and land. Wow. So they've obviously done well for themselves. Heather says that's great, Z. Just jump. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
People.
You do.
Yeah, Indy says people ship wardrobes. I'm happy to ship anything, and I think that's the attitude you've got to have. You must have that attitude, because the whole benefit of eBay is the international aspect of it.
Yeah, and I suppose in a way, as long as you kind of factor in like your postage costs. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then not much can go wrong, as long as you know how much you need to charge for it.
Exactly. I think
you're not going to undersell.
It's like Jim Rohn says, like, successful people do what others don't. So if you want to be successful at something like that, for example, you've got to be willing to do what other people aren't. A lot of people aren't willing to ship heavy items, they're not willing to ship delicate items, and so you can take advantage of that market. And Pyroline, I just saw put a message there, shipping things that others won't is a business model in itself. Completely agree, Pyroline. Really good comment there. Kerry B88 has a question. Says, months later, are you still enjoying working with each other? My partner will be leaving his job to join me soon, and I'm a bit worried about being around each other all day. Beck, do you want to go? Okay.
I still enjoy working with you.
Do you?
Even though we do argue a bit.
Yeah, it does get difficult.
But then we know that's the time where we kind of need to kind of
go apart,
go away for a little bit from
do separate things.
Yeah,
I think there's two things. One of the things that we found out early on is we made a mistake where we didn't have the workload for two people.
No.
Okay, so make sure that you've got enough work for both of you. I think one of the problems that me and Beck had was that when you first, we thought we had loads of stock, and then it just turns out that we didn't, because Beck was able to, with Beck on board as well, by working together, we were photographing, listing so much quicker than I'd ever experienced, and very quickly we'd run out of enough stuff
to list. Yeah.
And we didn't always have the money to go out and keep buying more inventory.
And I was getting bored.
Yeah. But, and then that adds stress, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does add stress. And like this week, well, these past 2 weeks, we've gone back to working again on one store, which has been great fun. And we were like, oh, why did we stop doing this? But it runs out very quickly, though, doesn't it? Not like runs out very quickly, but like you know, we're around quite around each other quite a lot. So sometimes you do need that time apart. And we don't argue all of the time. We do, you know, we do get on majority of the time. But overall,
yeah, definitely.
I still enjoy it as much. I wouldn't change it. I definitely would not change it.
So overall, yes, it's working well.
But just be prepared that there are going to be some tough, you know, moments, and
there will be. But like, I think half the battle is making sure you've got the work, because if you don't have the work, I found that was one of the hardest things, was not having enough work, because then you have too much chance to kind of worry together, and you can start making things worse for each other.
And also, me and you, we both actually believe we're always right, so we kind of clash quite a lot on that.
Yeah.
But as long as, you know,
okay. Let's have a look. Exit to red. Hi there, exit to red. Is this guy wearing rouge? Lisa's thankfully answered that question.
Define a bit.
I'm not actually wearing rouge, contrary to what Lisa said there. But yeah, my face, I'll admit it comes across.
It comes across really red. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the lighting.
Yeah, I think it is. We may have
I don't look that red though.
I think I do get warm sat here though.
Do you?
Yeah, I do get warm. I feel warm.
I'm getting hot flushes.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Watch then says, come on Bex, show us the voodoo dolls.
No, I've not got one.
Let's have a look. Exit Records says, I think Beck's shop is going to be super successful. She has the attention to detail. I think 12 months from now her store will be making as much or even more than it is. That would be amazing. We'd be really happy if that happened.
Yeah, that would be really happy.
Yeah. That's the aim. If we can get both to a similar level, we'd be so over the moon.
Yeah, that was the aim on having.
But the weird thing is, since not listing, you've started selling more.
I know, it's really weird because...
It's still got a long way to go,
it's got such a long way
And at the moment, we're just not focused on it because we've got so much stuff to list now on the main store that
it's kind of needing... The main store's needing both of our attention.
Exactly.
But you know, the second store, you know, I will obviously I keep check on it. I go into it every day and I have a look at over things that I need to, but I'm not giving it the attention that it does need.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Loves these. Yes, I'm listening. Face.
Have you got a face when I'm talking?
No. The chat's getting me in trouble. That's no good.
You're like, no, because I know what it is, right? Because he's got this look on his face, like when we normally have a normal conversation, like not on camera. Right? He's got like this look on his face, and he looks at me as I say, "You're gonna shut up now, so I can talk." And I imagine he's doing that.
The problem is we both talk a lot. As you know, we like to talk a lot, so it is like a battle on who can get more words in. Yeah.
I think on here though, I do think that I don't talk as much as you do.
On here, maybe. Yeah, on here, but in other off here. All right. Question for you, Bex, from Barry. Does it help that you have your part-time job, so it's not 24/7 in terms of getting on? And it helps in a number of ways. It helps financially. It helps.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It does help a little bit financially, but also it does give me 4 hours out of the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gives you 4 hours out of the house.
It does.
Good. Glad you're happy.
Maybe you should try it sometime.
Really?
Yeah. No, so yes. Yes,
but you can replace that with a walk or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
or
could.
Doing something on your just doing like a hobby or something that you enjoy doing. You know, then that's fine.
But I do. On the other side, I do like where I work because I get to talk a lot to people that come in.
Yeah.
So I do like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of comments about blusher and things like that.
I'm sorry, I had to read that one. Was it Lisa? Was it Lisa that said that?
What
about Z tell the truth? Oh no, Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy, her Beck's blush on, yeah. Nick says, I have the same I'm listening face, Z. It comes after 20 years of being a couple.
Well, actually saying that, we were talking about this earlier. We've been together 17 years in May.
Is it that long?
It's 17 years in May.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably what it is. Z's hurt face on. Oh look, guys, judging my face.
Your face again.
No, I will not be throwing my toys out the pram. No,
yeah.
Fine.
Yes.
Well, guys,
Anyway.
That hour has gone mighty quickly.
It did.
Hopefully by the end of the year you can be doing 1,500 combined on both stores. Hopefully a bit more than that, but okay. Yeah, I love Scavenger Life, and they proved having 2 stores is way forward. When can we get another video from Nick Hills? Nick, I'm sure, will be uploading a video.
I think Nick and Andrea normally do
on
Sundays.
Yeah, Nick and Andrea are going to be doing Sunday, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Touch Out on Tuesday.
Exactly, and plus I'm sure Nick will be putting other videos as well. Falling on Bruce says 17 years, same as me and the husband. Yeah, it's it must be something good about it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, really appreciate everyone for better or for worse. You know what? I'm gonna have to sort something out with this lighting because this is not.
Do you want to use my foundation?
No.
It might help.
I need to know what's causing this. Okay? Anyway, guys, really appreciate the comments. We love them. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
Over 100 people still watching us. If you enjoyed it, please smash the like button. Leave comments in the comment section. We love reading them and we do reply to them as much as we can. Before we go though, Jason Entwistle is 24 years for me and the wife. I would have been out on a free man by now. Roger Selling says congrats. I'll be celebrating 35 years in May. That is amazing.
That is
and
amazing.
Kathy's on 17 years. 21 years for me and my husband, says Kathy. So yeah, that is fantastic. Lovely to hear that. Z moisturizer is the way forward. Okay, guys, that's
live makeup show. Yes.
No. I'll quickly answer Sid before we go easy.
Where was it?
Question mainly for Beck and Andrea. Azzy and Nick are men useless. Clothes. When you pick them, what are the clothes like? I see the haul videos. I can't suss out if okay or not. I don't know what you mean by that. What
do you mean, like condition of the clothes? Sometimes it depends where you're getting them from. Jumbles, you have to be wary that you are going to get some.
You're always going to bring them home with holes though.
And stuff like that. If I'm in a charity shop, I can take a little bit more time to check things. There is that side of it, but jumble sales are pretty. I mean, when we've gotten a lot of clothes, and even down to like auctions, when we picked up the auction clothing as well. Some of that we didn't get a chance to check all of that, and some of it did have holes in and stuff.
We'll next see Z looking like an Isha girl. Yeah, just completely. Guys, really appreciate it popping in. Thank you for watching.
We'll try and put out a sales video.
Yeah, we will try to put a sales video out. Thank you, and see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
Bye.